Lived up to my parents' expectations. And they were the kind of people that you don't disappoint.
Well, how could they be unhappy with you? You went to swanky prep schools and Ivy League college. You graduated from a major law school.
Always near the bottom of my class. Which they would have been only too willing to tell you with a deep sigh and a martyred look.
They obviously expected more of you.
They always expected more of me. But I was only interested in extracurricular activities.
Like?
Oh, guess.
Women.
Gambling and
women.
more women. And I just wanted to have fun, which was a foreign concept to them. They were the work ethic type. I scandalized them with my behavior.
How badly?
Well, sin number one, I went off on an extended European tour instead of taking my proper place in my father's law firm.
So you sowed a few wild oats.
As I walked out the door, my mother said to me, "You do realize that you're breaking your father's heart."
Oh, Cass, it's not when he died, is it?
According to her, that's when he started to go downhill. While I was having a ball, gambling my way across Europe, squandering my trust fund, being the irresponsible kid that I had always wanted to be.
You never went back?
Oh, no, I went back for the traditional family Christmas that year. My father yelled at me for wasting my life. My mother wept. My little brother Morgan hid in a closet with his teddy. And Stacy took long walks. Lovely time was had by all.
My family's had a few of those Christmases.
And then my mother's best friend, a younger woman who called herself the Contessa, came on to me at the New Year's ball.
You didn't?
That's one of the few I passed on. I was young, but I wasn't dumb.
So what?
Well, she must have propositioned somebody else. Probably the chauffeur. Word had it they were having an affair. Anyway, she got pregnant, and she told my parents that I was the cad who had seduced her.
And they believed her?
Of course they believed her. She was their dear, dear friend, and I was their scandalous, callous, thoughtless son. Now, that was one meal I will never forget. The polite clink of the silver, their hard and accusing expressions, the ice in their voices. Finally, I had just really had enough. And I stood up, and I said, "Morgan, to you I bequeath my letter sweater. Please wear it in health. And Stacy, I want you to have my record collection." And I walked out the door and never went back.
They never learned the truth.
I had told them the truth. The baby wasn't mine. But they didn't want to hear me. Sometimes, I think they never heard a word I said, not ever.
Well, what happened to the baby?
Oh, the Contessa lost the baby. I was blamed for that, too, of course. I was in London. My mother sent me a letter and suggested that I not return for summer on the Cape. It would be too upsetting for my father.
But Stacy kept in touch?
That summer, she wrote me that my father had become very, very ill. So I called home, and my mother answered, and she said to me, this is a quote, "You have killed your father, Cass. I hope you're satisfied. Don't embarrass us by coming to the funeral." And then she hung up.
Cass.
That was the last time we spoke. I did get one more correspondence from the family attorney informing me that I had been written out of my father's will. Stacy later told me that my mother took down every photograph of me and threw them away, and that she never spoke my name again.
And you never spoke to her?
No. I did see her once, though. In Paris, on the Rue de Rivoli. She was shopping, of course. She must have sensed something, because she looked up and she saw me. And she looked me dead in the eye for a minute. And then she turned around and walked away without a word.
Yes. My poor baby. No wonder it took you so long to trust love.
Promise me, Frankie. You promise me that you will never let me make mistakes like that with our children.
I knew you weren't asleep. So, have you figured out a way to express your gratitude?
You're not getting a date out of this.
Oh, but I do think so. A real one this time. It'll give you something to, look forward to.
Haven't I suffered enough?
I guess not. Sweet dreams, sweet eyes.
Want to watch the sunrise on the beach?
Oh, don't you ever get sleepy?
Come on, I slept all through the night and most of the day, too. I'm not going to waste our last night together snoozing. In fact, I was wondering, do you want to take a midnight swim?
With or without suits? Could that be? Not Lady Di.
Oh, no. Dish!
Carl, look, I'm sorry to interrupt, especially in the wee hours. Forgive me, Victoria, but this is urgent.
It better be.
That young, ambitious Kevin Anderson is trying to railroad me into prison.
What?
I've been set up. Look, I need your help.
Good afternoon, I'm Patrice Wood. A Massachusetts man is accused of operating a boat while drinking. Police say his boat crashed last evening, injuring 2. Plus trimming the mayor's race to 2 in Boston. Stay with 10, Southern New England's leading news station.
Yes, 2-2, one more game, all right. Since you're so sure of yourself, why don't we increase the ante?
Great, I'm starved. You buy dinner.
No, Jake. We're going to play for much higher stakes. The loser of the next game goes to San Cristobal.
What?
Yes. Now, we have to find out why Andrew Hutchins and Matt Cory allowed the forest to be
I'm not
destroyed.
going. I just got back from that pit.
So why? Was the jail that bad? Or, I know what, you're afraid of running into the woman you love, right?
The only thing that I feel for that woman is disgust, disgracing herself with that pig Ian Ray, leaving me to rot in a jail like she never knew me. I am not afraid to see her. If anything, she ought to be afraid to see me. I serve.
Morning, my loves. I trust you slept well.
What'd you do, Carl? Would you sleep underneath the deck?
I thought I'd play butler.
please accept this small but sumptuous morning repast as an apology for my intruding so inconsiderately last night.
All right. At which time I told you that Vicky and I had come here to get away from everyone. Now, if my counting is correct, there's more than 2 people in this.
Hear me out, Ron.
No, forget it. Look, Vicky and I don't believe your cockamamie story about you being frames. It's just another excuse for you interfering in our lives. So, before I lose my temper.
Be ever cautious, Ryan. Well, that's how it should be. But look, I'm not lying. Here's proof. Look at this. Now, young Kevin Anderson is a man with a first. And he is not going to relent until his cup runneth over with my blood.